What's going on, people? Borja Polo here again, ready to report faithfully as always to my viewers, all 5 of you. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, before we get into the Deportivo game that we all just saw, or I hope we saw, let's talk a little bit about some subjects. First of all, last time I got cut off early. My producer said you have 6 minutes and a half. If you pass over, you're getting cut off. No, I'm just kidding. I had camera problems, but it won't happen today. Anyways, before we get into the game, I told my viewers, my followers, that if they would say a comment, if they would report, they would ask anything, I would get back to them immediately. That's the first thing we gotta do. I got a comment from my faithful fan, Georgie K291, and it says the following: I think Real Madrid needs to play Drenthe more often. He is a great player. He's gonna be big one day, but sitting him on the bench isn't helping him. Now let's talk about Drenthe. He is definitely worth talking about, for better or for worse. Now, the first time I heard about Drenthe was 2 summers ago, and the press had been talking for him basically for like 2 months, the whole summer, just like bigging him up, saying how good he was. He was like the left back for Holland in the under 21 Euro Cup. He was the MVP. They were saying he was amazing. He can play both left back, left midfield, so on and so on. Now, I had never seen him play, so I was like, who is this Drenthe guy? Now, coincidentally, I was in Dominican Republic at a casino, you know, just getting my blackjack on, and I was talking to this guy from Holland, and we were just talking football. You know, that's the beauty about football. Anywhere, anytime, you can talk to people, socialize. And I was like, hey, so what's the deal with Drenthe? How is he? How does he play? And he told me, he's not that good, man. And immediately I thought, okay, this guy doesn't know football. Now every time I see Drenthe play, I kind of think of his comment. He's not that good. But let's talk about it. The Spanish press tends to embellish everything. Every signing is amazing. They just make everything bigger than it is. That's how they make their money, this and that. But so Drenthe came to Real Madrid, and I was watching it with a couple buddies. I watched the Sevilla Real Madrid, the Spanish Super Cup game that I believe Real Madrid won 4-3, and that was Drenthe's debut. We might have lost 4-3, I don't remember, one of the two. Anyways, Drenthe played amazing. He was in the middle, he was strong, he was cutting everything, he was touching, and on top of that he scored a golazo. I told my friends, oh my god, like this guy is Edgar Davids part 2. Oh boy, was I wrong. Drenthe started playing for Real Madrid as left back. He came and immediately had a starting spot. I was in Villarreal when Real Madrid won 5-0, and I have never been so ashamed of someone else in my life, like embarrassed by him. He played the first half as a left back, and Santiago Cazorla from Villarreal was just doing him, and like he was just a mess. Tactically, he was getting down one-on-one, he was slipping, he was falling, it was very, very bad. Schuster took him out in the first half and put Heinz in the second half. After the game in the press conference, he said, Drenthe will never play left back again, he's not a left back. Anyways, after that he didn't play too much. Last year he came on and off. I think he had a goal against Betis, but whatever. He might have played like 10 minutes this game, then not play for 3 games. This year, however, with all the injuries, Drenthe's been playing a lot. And he started out pretty bad, but I think he's improved some. Drenthe, I would say, is a good player. He's got qualities to be a good footballer. He's fast, he's strong, he's not bad on the ball. But what he's missing is his mind. First of all, he doesn't have confidence. Second of all, his mind goes faster than his body does. He's just racing. If you look at him, he gets nervous when he gets the ball. He makes the wrong decisions. When he has to dribble, he shoots. When he has to cross, he dribbles. So I don't think he really understands football in his mind. But he's got good qualities. Like I said, he definitely improved as he was getting time. There was even some games where you can say Drenthe played good. And I see this player developing, but my friend Georgie, I don't see him playing for Real Madrid. I am sorry. If you want to summarize Drenthe in 20 minutes, look at today's game. He came on and he fell 4 times in 20 minutes. That's an average of a fall every 5 minutes. There was a play where he really put his body good, took the defender in speed, and then when he had to cross, he fell on top of the defender. Anyways, that's my opinion on Drenthe, okay? Summarize. Now let's talk about the game. This game is just as I predicted. It wasn't the 2-0 I predicted. It could have been 2-0, could have been 3-0, but it was a game that I had in mind. It was a game, the Juan de Ramos' team that we've been talking about, an effective team. Out of 7 games, he's won 6 games. okay, with very little goals scored against him. The only game he's lost was against the Barcelona game, which is BS. You guys know what that stands for, okay? I don't want to curse on camera. And anyway, so I was really surprised because remember I said last time the key for Real Madrid is to exploit Manuel Pablo on the right side, and Robin, who has been playing on our right side the whole time, switched to the left where Manuel Pablo was, and went at him from the get-go. He started in that position and he went and went and went and went. And in the first half, all Real Madrid's chances were created by him. Okay? Now Real Madrid's goal was a scrappy goal. Raúl put his body good and just nipped it, and it went in. Besides that, Real Madrid didn't do too much near the Deportivo. Deportivo's only real danger was from Felipe, which, as I said last time as well, I think is great. He had a great shot. He just kept going. I think he's an amazing player. I love that guy. And Lafita too. Lafita had a couple chances. The shot that Casilla saved, taking Heinze on, etc. But in this Real Madrid, just like they say Barcelona is Messi dependent, I think Real Madrid as of now is extremely Robin dependent. He is the only one that creates danger. The only one. Higuaín could do something every now and then, but apart from that, Real Madrid is pretty dependent on Robin's abilities. Now I think that's a problem. I am hoping that when Guti recovers and gets in the lineup, we would see maybe a more interesting Real Madrid. Because as soon as this game was over, my friend told me this game was boring as hell. My other friend sent me a text message, 3 ugly points, and they're right. They're absolutely right. This isn't the Real Madrid that people want to see necessarily, but at the same time, we wanna be winning, and I think that's important too. So that's how I would summarize the game. There's not much more to say about the game. Next week we got Numancia. We'll talk about that in a few days. Until then, I will see you then.